Hi guys, welcome to my podcast, the Kelshi Podcast, where we talk about basically everything, but mostly business. Today I have a remarkable guest, Jad El Fakani.
Thank
He
you, man.
is the founder of Beycom, Whiteberry Media, and like 100 other e-commerce brands, right? That
Yes, to a certain extent, yes.
So today we're gonna get with the behind the scenes of everything that's happening at probably Beycom
Correct.
and all the businesses that you're doing. This episode is split into 4 sections. The first section would be the beginnings and what specifically is the business of Jad Beycom. The second would be e-commerce and the creator economy. And the third, we will be talking about real talk and your personal philosophy. And then finally, some quickfire Lebanese questions.
I'm ready.
Awesome. Again, thank you so much for coming.
Relax, thank you for having me.
Anjad. So, Jad, what inspired you to start Beycom?
What inspired me to start in general is that I always felt that there's no boundaries in what you can accomplish in general in life. So I always had this thought and no, I don't want to be told on how much I can make by the end of the month or my maximum capabilities. But what triggered it the most is a financial problem that happened with my family back in 2013, which accelerated everything.
Okay. To me, you look very simple, basic, no designer brands, nothing to show off.
True.
Wow, and I really appreciate this. So, إذا حدا سألك شو بتشتغل شو بتقول له؟
Amazing. So I'd sum it up. I'm an entrepreneur. But if I want to get a little bit practical, so our holding company is called Beycom.
Okay.
Under Beycom, we do 3 lines of business. We do the educational part, we have a services part, and the investments part. Educational part is Wolf of Bay, is our e-commerce mentorship program, which is the largest independent educational program in the entire Middle East. And our investments part is where we invest our money into projects left and right. So we have investments in real estate, in SaaS softwares, in VR, in gaming, in e-com for sure.
Okay.
And our services part, it's kind of like we have 12 agencies under Beycom, but we've compiled them all under one holding company. So we all act as Beycom on the front end, but on the back end, it's a compilation of 12 agencies that we've started in the last 4 years.
It's a Lebanese entity?
Yeah. Actually, legally, it's registered in Lebanon and Dubai.
Okay.
But 99% of the team is based in Lebanon. Our headquarters is in Lebanon for sure, yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to get later into like, why did you really choose Lebanon? But, you based yourself here during all the problems and probably no one was paying Meta to target the Lebanese audience for the past 3 years. And I think you really took advantage of that.
Exactly.
And it's very good for you. But where did you get that hope for the country?
Okay, so when I started, it was back in 2013.
Okay.
I started as a freelancer. So I learned some digital skills. The very first 2 skills I had was Google and Facebook ads.
Okay.
And back then, like to run ads for a brand was something big. Hala, it's very easy. So I started Lebanon, and then I had the opportunity to partner up on an e-com store. So the very first store I had, I partnered up on it with someone who already had this brand. And that's where I started
What were
making...
you selling? Sorry.
Actually, it was health and beauty products.
Okay.
It was kind of general health and beauty products. And it made me a lot of good money. And that's where I said, okay, so the Lebanese market actually works. And إذا بدك fast forward, even now, I still prefer the Lebanese e-com market over the Emirati one any day of the year. A lot of people see Dubai, مثلا إذا بدنا نحكي e-com scene as in Dubai, the flashy Dubai, it means it's better. أبدا. The e-com market in Lebanon, trust me when I say that, is much more profitable. It's less competitive. And hence, بالنسبة لإلي, if you're Lebanese, it's actually a great place to start from.
Okay. Did you say, is it because of a lower CPM? What if we get the same...
100%. Our
CPM
CPM is much lower. يعني we're averaging $2 to $4 بلبنان while you average $10 to $12 in Dubai. هيدي only Dubai. 2. عندك freelance cost with service cost, employee cost, plus the creativity. يعني at least the ones that I know, but all of the most successful creative people in the UAE, إذا بدي أعطي UAE as an example, are Lebanese. So imagine what you have in Lebanon. Plus the market itself. يعني في عنا شغلة بالconsumer behavior بلبنان is that the high income individuals, average income individuals, and the low income individuals all love to shop. So it's something you don't really see. Example, in the UAE, 85% of the people are expats.
Right.
Even more actually. في a big chunk of the expats يلي شوي صعب يكونوا in your target audience. And then عندك locals, which is very hard for them to buy from you because they all buy from each other. And then بضل عندك a small chunk of Lebanese expats and Jordanians, Egyptians. هول اللي بدك تبيعهم. So if you truly think about it, لا السوق بلبنان أكبر.
Jad, I've actually lived this myself when I was having my own e-commerce. So I get you 100%. And that's something not a lot of people see. And I hope through this podcast and through talking, through all the paid ads that Beycom spent, right? I think you are changing the dynamic. عن جد. You'll tell me about that large event you did a while back.
Yes.
Probably. Yeah, you got like 50 or 100 people in one room, right?
أيوة. لا, it was
like the Wish one.
Yeah, it was 3,427 people who came in.
God.
Actually, over 6,000 people registered, and we just posted about it once.
Wow.
But we couldn't actually نلاقي a place أكبر in that short period of time. So we only sent tickets to 3,500 people, hoping that only 3,000 come, but actually 3,400 people came, which
That's
80%
insane.
of them are our students as well.
That's insane, man. You're really adding something missing in the educational system.
Correct.
And putting it there.
100%.
But what makes you stand out from all the other
I love
business
this.
Yeah.
A lot of stuff. أول شغلة is we want to compare, because actually at Wolf of Bay it didn't start now. It started in 2018. It was my first actual post. What helped it pick up faster is that the only people you could have learned from, like back then in 2018, were Americans or Europeans, which the business model or the infrastructure they have, we don't. أصغر example is PayPal and all of those payment gateways. We don't have them. But we don't need them because people pay here by cash on delivery. The type of products, how you get in your products. So people lack knowledge about this. And I actually, I was able to figure them out all by myself. Okay. So I've tested a lot. And two is practicality. If you have the chance to check our program or at least our content, بتلاحظ إنه 99% of the time it's very practical. We don't sugarcoat. We don't tell them إنه okay, you can sell this. No. You have to sell this and do that, because we've tried with hundreds of thousands of dollars on ads or products. So 2 is practicality. 3 is with all due respect to any single person who's teaching. I always tell my students, always invest in your self-education. But we're actually humble. يعني هلا it's bad for someone who يقولها بس
مبين. أنا
الحمد لله.
endorse.
Relax, thank you, man. Alhamdulillah, we didn't let money change who we are. We didn't let we stick to our initial mission, which is spreading e-commerce awareness بلبنان, e-commerce adoption, and e-commerce education. So I would do it مرات بتشوفني قاعد with an 8 years old at a cafe, spending an hour just because I truly stick to this mission. So people love that. أكيد student results played a major role. And because our availability, man, we have advisors lined up, including myself, who can answer any person any day of the week.
Got you.
So hi, Meli.
How many are you in the team?
At all of Beycom, we're 165 people, including myself.
Okay.
At Beycom. At Wolf of Bay, we're almost 40.
Okay. So before I tie up this section, have you ever felt like quitting?
I always felt tired. I always doubted myself back then, especially back then when I started. But I can't remember a time where I was close on quitting. Okay. I knew it was gonna happen. I knew it was coming. Especially that I didn't start from zero. I started from $1 million debt. To actually be honest, it was almost $500,000 because it was over $1 million. But then we sold our houses, we sold our cars, we sold our furniture, we sold our gold, we sold everything we have. So we were able to close almost $600,000-$700,000 with it. And I started from من أول نهار with $500,000 in debt. Where I wasn't...
it personal debt?
No, it's family debt. I was 18, أقل 18 كمان. So we had a financial problem. With the year that I graduated from school, I was waiting حتى أفوت على الجامعة. I actually went in for 5 days and then I dropped out. I was forced to drop out. It wasn't a choice. I couldn't pay for it. I got a sales job at Hallmark. I don't know if you know it. It's a gift store. And it was Bilhamra for like $250 a month just to put food on the table. But even then, I knew I was going to make it. I knew I was going to open my company. I knew I was going to employ a lot of people. I knew I was going to change a lot of lives. So I never doubted this. It was just hard work and patience.
Would you say that it was because you had to or you wanted to?
Okay. I always wanted to build a business empire.
Okay.
I always wanted, إذا بدنا نحكي practicalities, I always wanted to be rich. I'll be honest. But what truly accelerated this is our financial problem. عشان هيك على طول بقول إذا I go back in life, I wouldn't change anything. I would want the bad days to happen. I would want the homeless days to happen. I was homeless for 12 days. Homeless مش على الطريق, but I slept at my friend's house for 12 days. My mom slept at her friend's house. My dad slept at my uncle's house. So we were scattered for 15 days up until we actually found someone who paid our rent for 3 months. So I would want those days again. I would actually want those days. Actually, it's funny. I was speaking with a friend literally اليوم الصبح. I told him, if I miss one thing in my life is the survivor mode. So for anyone who's watching right now, I truly, truly, truly mean it from the bottom of my heart. If you're passing through a huge financial problem or through a hard time, enjoy it. Trust me, enjoy it. You will miss it. I truly, truly عن جد بشتاق ل those days where I need يعني where I used to either go to work بالسيرفيس or ارجع بالسيرفيس because ما معي غير 3000 ليرة. I truly mean it. So you will miss those days. عن جد trust me about that. So enjoy it while it lasts.
Yeah, I think that period probably made you not scared of anything.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly. Yeah, هلا no matter what happens, every day we have problems. Either personal problems or work problems. I'm the calmest person in the company. لأنه خلص, I've already hit rock bottom. So there's no way anything worse can happen, inshallah.
Jad, you know, I can very much relate to that story. Maybe if I come to your podcast, you'll ask me about it.
I'd love to know.
You know, I just want to come back to Lebanon being the safety net. A very similar experience when I was in the UAE for 3 years. And every time I came here, I felt like, you know, I'm rich by just having the country.
True.
You see what I mean? So just by having this $3, you can probably like at least get fresh air, at least live your life with that $3. You're going to have a friend you can crash in. You're going to have someone help you. So Lebanon is the best place to start your business. يعني, I think, you know, so I feel بس we're probably the best two people to tell you this, where you're Lebanese, you really have the opportunity to do it. And the sky is your limit, obviously.
Of course,
right?
man. يعني عن جد trust me هلا انسى our company, انسى Beycom. I know people our age that make $3-4 million a month من لبنان. They actually make it. يعني قاعد معهم.
What's the business best?
عندك في عندك Ecom, عندك real estate.
But what did they sell?
Like the first two people I can think of right now, في واحد منهم Ecom. I know him really well. وتاني واحد he's a broker in real estate.
Okay.
So في هيك ناس.
Okay.
يعني في هيك ناس from لبنان. Holy, I'm speaking people who started from zero. بس في عندك family businesses, عندك family empires that actually make 20, 30, 40 million dollars a month من لبنان. And
كله cash.
أنا من نوع 100% بس إنه أنا
It gets so stressful. I wouldn't want $4 million. You know?
True.
Yeah.
It's like إنه أنا من نوع اللي if I see one person who is able to achieve it, there's absolutely no reason why I couldn't as well.
Everybody.
Yeah.
Can, like, really everyone. Look, I'm on your side, and I believe everybody can and should become entrepreneurs. And before that, that's how it was. في نجار, في كهربجي, في هيدا. Somebody has a skill or something he produces, and then he can sell it.
True.
Right? And then corporate stuff happened, and then we were like, yeah, let's go get jobs. We need a job. روحوا جيبوا jobs. Okay, which I think is super incompatible with Lebanon and how it is, you know. True. Like, we're trying to find a job while probably you don't need a job. Maybe you can help your parents create content for them. Maybe you can start your e-commerce, start selling things online, right? And then they create the opportunities for themselves. But everybody?
No. I believe here's my philosophy, which a lot of people might disagree, but I believe that entrepreneurs are born as entrepreneurs. And what do I mean by that? If you were meant to become an entrepreneur, from the moment you were born, you have this small seed inside of you, which is called the entrepreneurship seed. Is that
Got you.
If you have it, it either stays as a seed or you can actually grow it to become an actual entrepreneur. But on the other hand, I believe if you do not have the seed, there's no way you can become an entrepreneur. It's not wrong. Trust me, it's not wrong. I have, like, my closest friends in LA are investments bankers in Dubai. Each one makes $40,000-$50,000 a month.
Good for them.
It's great for them. I don't want. Two, I'm pretty sure at least like most of them are more happy than I am. So I know people who make $1,000 a month and are way more happy than Anna. So I believe in something. I have a goal. It has a certain path. I cannot enforce my path on your goal. So in my case and my goals, the only way to make it was entrepreneurship in the same exact way I'm doing it right now. So if I were to have a job, it would have been bad for my end goal. And vice versa. I don't tell anyone to quit their job. I don't tell anyone to do this or that. It's their life, it's their goal. If you believe e-com is what will help you reach your goal, amazing. I'm here to help.
Wow. Anything besides e-com also? I guess you got...
Yeah.
Do you encourage people to have their marketing agencies as well?
Yeah, so as mentioned in Shway, we have 3 lines of businesses at Beycom. Educational part is where we teach them only e-com for now. Investments part is where we invest under Beycom. And the services part is our marketing agencies, where we offer services for people. So from content creation, from web development, blockchain services, we have branding, rebranding services, anything needed. The services part, as mentioned, we offer our services. And we're working on a new course, which we still didn't announce yet. But for the first time, it won't be for e-com. It will actually be for services. So if someone is running their services businesses, we help them like maximize their leads.
Got you. Okay, so I think something a lot of people are very interested about is in terms of revenue share of Beycom. You know, how much would you say is e-commerce? How much is Whiteberry Media?
Okay, I love
and
that.
how much is like conference?
I would say...
Thank you so much for all listeners. I want to take a minute to talk about today's sponsor, BuilderAll. BuilderAll is a SaaS platform that allows you to do everything from A to Z for your e-commerce business. For example, I have already connected my domain and created a professional email directly onto the BuilderAll platform. They're going to help you from A to Z, from setting up your website to starting getting orders through your e-commerce, or clients. For example, for PodHub, they're assisting us to create a platform for you to book very easily, the studio. If you're an entrepreneur and you're starting your own business, builderall.com is the first place you need to go to start your e-commerce, start selling online, or whatever business you have, essentially. They got, with the essential package, Mailing Boss, Booking Builder, Sitebot, WordPress, and Social Auto Post app. Basically, everything you need from A to Z, from building your website, getting your first client, emailing your client, and even having chatbots and AI onto the platform. So please go check out BuilderAll, and thank you so much, BuilderAll, for sponsoring this video.
Fairly enough, investments part is the largest part.
Okay.
Which brings revenue into our business.
Sure, investments.
So under the investments part is where we invest in projects left and right.
Okay, nice.
So as of now, we have almost 35 projects under our portfolio. اللي هن مشكلين. It can be real estate, it can be مطاعم, it can be our crypto portfolio. بس أكبر chunk of it is e-com brands.
Okay.
I would say our investments part brings in the biggest revenue. But again, now, because أول ما we invested in those projects, it took 6 to 12 to 18 months لحديت ما صاروا profitable because they're relatively big projects.
So it's like a VC kind of. Okay.
100%, but we only invest our money.
Okay.
The educational part is actually not bad. A lot of people try to hide إنه بيعملوا مصاري from their courses. I say it out loud. I make a lot of money out of my course, but the value we bring in and the support we actually bring in outweighs how much we make from it.
Okay.
But it contributes to a big part. But I would say our services comes in second place and the course comes in third place.
Okay. So
in terms of
in terms of
of revenue.
percentage.
In terms of
Yeah.
percentage, oof. Like I would say 50% comes in from the investments, to
Okay.
25% comes in from the services, and 25% comes in from the course.
Nice. So if today I'm starting my like my Shopify store, let's
Okay.
say I'm selling, I wanted to sell art, you know, and like I need capital.
Okay.
Uh,
How much do you need?
yeah, how much do you take?
Okay. Okay. هلا
So
بدأ
let's say I need to set things up with a good campaign, $50,000.
Okay.
You know,
Okay. هون قصدك if we were to invest with you ولا if we were to just do you as a service provider?
invest. Or do you probably, you know, if you take all you manage the e-commerce, manage the ads.
Okay,
أنا
okay.
بقعد هيك.
Okay.
Yeah, but no, why do you need me?
Okay.
You see what I mean?
Exactly. هلا usually we only invest in businesses that are already up there and running and making money. So we
Okay,
don't
got
invest
you.
in the ideation stage.
فهمت عليك.
Usually we take anything between 30 to sometimes over 70%. It depends if we're just going in with our services ولا is it only cash investment ولا is it's both. يعني هلا our most recent investment is we took 60% of the business. So we're now the majority owners actually of the project, but we went in with a really big capital plus all of our services at cost or free, which هول لحالهم are over 250K a year in terms of services.
Okay, we've dived into the e-commerce and creator economy. Now this section is more like let's say a mini tutorial for e-commerce. So first, what's something people still don't understand about e-commerce?
انه اول شيء ايكوم works. هيدي it's اذا بدك التايتل انه like a lot of people still think انه e-commerce is like a meme coin investment or it's like she which just popped up هلا انه اوف should I try e-com. And my answer to all of those people is very simple. I say it all the time on the page. E-com is not a business. E-com is a way of doing business. So the real question is شو هو البزنس؟ It's product trading. So هون we rephrase our question. Product trading, it works or not? And the biggest answer is yes, because it's been there for 2,200 years.
Okay.
So product trading works. It's the most legit business ever. E-com now is on a huge rise, especially after COVID. So e-com for sure works. هيدي أول point of what people still don't understand. Two is you do not need any payment gateway بلبنان to start. I see a lot of people in my DMs where I wish I can open my e-com store, but I cannot because we don't have PayPal. You don't need PayPal, or we don't have Stripe. You don't need Stripe. I have Stripe on my store. I don't even use it بلبنان because it's just cash on delivery. قبل أزمة البنوكة, during أزمة البنوكة, and بعد أزمة البنوكة. وثلاثة which people don't know and know there is hard work. Trust me. I've seen it a lot. It will make me much more money if I make it sound easy. لا, it's 90% easier of opening an actual brick and mortar store. But e-com is a legit business which actually needs work. So hard work and patience will make you a lot of money.
Got you. So if you had to build a profitable e-commerce store today, كيف بتفوت
Okay, step number one, like straightforward. I would go for private labeling first. I wouldn't go for a quick flip, although quick flips make you a lot of money. بس إذا بدنا نحكي a very profitable business, أول شيء I would go for a private labeling business. Two, I would choose either an instant result health and beauty product or هلا as of now, because industries, the hyped industries, it change a lot. I would go for something that has to do with emotions, feelings, and relationships. هلا it's on a huge rise. Three, I would just stick to one product in my store. Four, I would find a product that costs below $8 landed على لبنان and a product that I can sell for over $30.
Okay.
Six, where my answer would have changed if you've asked me 3 years ago. كنت رح أقول لك قبل like focus a lot on ads. هلا I will tell you focus a lot on content. All what you need is just an iPhone and shoot content every single day. And ما حدا يقول لي it's hard ما أعرف شو. Okay, if you have an amount, amazing. خي روح اشتغل with freelancers or روح اشتغل with an agency. بس إذا you don't, it's very simple. Open TikTok, check your inspirations from the States or from Europe or from Asia and copy exactly the same exact TikToks. But in an Arabized look and feel.
Okay.
That's pretty much all what I need to start making my first 4 or 5K a month from
Okay.
Ecom بلبنان.
Wow. I think they should start with content before a product. Or you would say,
Before you actually order your product.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think they should just start going on TikTok, talking, doing whatever. And then when she gets her or he gets her private label,
True.
things would be much easier.
Like,
So-
I actually hear this strategy a
Yeah.
lot. And personally, I don't do it. Why? Because هلا صار في a lot of ways that are close. I wouldn't say risk-free. There's always risk. But which would at least let you know is that your product is gonna work or not. هيدا one. Two, عشان in case اجاك orders, you need at least إذا بدك تجيبها like by sea freight, like you need up to 2 months. إذا by air freight, بدك up to 20 days. So, plus if you order in bulk, بتجيب a much better price, especially if you're private labeling. So, if you start getting orders with content وستيل بقى ما عندك الويب ما عندك البرودكتس ما عندك اللوجو ما عندك البراندنج, it will need a good 2 months to go and fulfill whole الاوردرات.
Can people still succeed online without building a personal brand?
Yes. I think a personal brand is one of the best investments I've ever made in my life. It has its pros, it has its cons. But I would say, especially if you're in e-com, you don't need a personal brand. أبداً. Because your product is your brand. It's the face of the brand. But if you're selling services, I think I wouldn't say it's a must, but you have you have a 90% more chance of succeeding if you have a personal brand, yes.
You know, I had this dilemma where we had this platform, you know, marketplace for selling and buying pre-loved designer pieces. So Pion, Chanel, Prada, Gucci. So it wasn't my brand. It was an existing brand, you know. So it was a bit, I was confused. Should I try personal brand or should I not? You see what I mean?
Yes.
So let's say I'm on drop shipping, you know, but we know that it's not, you didn't make the brand, but you're buying and reselling, let's say, you know.
Which also works, but with a much less margin. Much less margin. Plus, the competition is price-oriented. And I stay away from price-oriented competition.
Okay.
We're known to be like relatively, our competitors, by any service we sell, we're always the most expensive. But if you compare it with the actual value we give, it's very underpriced. So Anna personally, I stay away from price competition, which is why I stay away from dropshipping, especially Lebanon.
Got you. So what mindset shift do people need to make in order to get unstuck?
I love this. One, do not play the blame game. Do not play them. أنا برأيي the blame game is what kills an entrepreneur. It kills him. ليه? Because you're training your brain. مثلا خلينا نقول for example. You open a store and it fails. And the very first thing you say, it's because of my partner. It's because of the branding we did. It's because you're training your brain to know, no, it's not my fault. So do not try to like, as a bad think of solutions. So it kills your brain. Do not play the blame game. Two is, I believe every successful story had sacrifice in it. You have to sacrifice. You have to accept, no, I can no longer go party every week. I can no longer go out with my friends every day. I can no longer sleep 8 hours every day. So you have to accept that you need to sacrifice. Three, you need to understand that no matter how close your friends and family are, you are the only one who can change your life. The only one. I think Hole are my top three. But you truly need to accept that in order to have the 1% life that 99% of people don't have, you need to do what the 99% of people do not do. It's easy math. So if they wake up every day, they go to their jobs and they go back and then they get married and then they die and then they retire and بعد die, it means you have to do شيء غير to expect outcome غير.
100%. So let's get into real talk. Let's understand really, Jad. You know, you've been very open about your struggles, and I think not a lot of people see that. You know, I think we just judge you on a 30-second reel, telling us you're poor. Go start working. You know, I'm joking. So yeah, what would you tell to the haters? You know,
Oof. Like, there's a lot of them. I'll be very, very, very honest. No worries. Okay.
there's
Like,
a lot of them.
there's a lot of them. I'll be very honest. Very, very honest. بس أول شيء, I always live by هيدي الquote. You will never be criticized by people doing better than you. So whoever is criticizing you is always doing much less than you. Because every single person who's richer than me, smarter than me, or is accomplishing more things than me, always approaches me with an advice. Always. So, like, في a lot of haters. أول فترة it used to affect me. I'll be honest, I'm kind of a little bit on the emotional side.
Yeah.
فإنه لا، إنه كنت أتضايق إنه ليه هيدا he's calling me a scammer. إنه ليه؟ وكنت فوت ورد وهيدا. هلا I'll be honest. Like, we reached a place where we did the biggest e-commerce event, or in general as a business event, بتاريخ لبنان. And like, حضرنا لها in 10 days and we just posted once.
Wow.
We've created, well, I can actually explain how. We've created over 15,000 job opportunities in Lebanon. We've paid over 450 school tuitions for students under our NGO. We've employed 160 people.
Wow.
We've helped 3,200 people open their businesses in Lebanon. We've sponsored the Asha athletes who had no one to go and compete on the worldwide stage. And the list goes on and on and on and on. And I truly hate to like speak about them. عشان هيك في كتير قصص أول مرة يمكن تسمعوها. بس when one of the haters can do 1% of what we did as Beycom in Sajad, I will allow you to إذا بدك take from my time or judge me. As long as you're not doing at least 1% of that, خلاص, just fuck off. I'll be honest. يعني because it's a pattern. يعني في a lot of my friends. في like a friend I know, his name is Anthony, Abu Antoun. He has Artists and More. Okay. It's one of the most successful companies in Lebanon, bro. He's like 29 and the guy هن بيعملوا كل شيء entertainment for events. Okay. So man, he has Formula 1, he has FIFA, he did Christmas on Ice in Lebanon. It's his. And then I go and read stupid people عبولوا له إيه بس ما أكيد هيدا his dad is rich. أكيد هيدا he money laundered. أكيد هيدا. And then it's not only him. We hear the same exact things على every other successful business, bro. Okay. And then هون أنا إنه قلت okay, it's not only me. Every single successful person is gonna face hate. هلا أول ما يبلش ده hate يصير much more من ال good reviews. Okay, هون في a chance يكون أنت الغلط. I would review myself. But when it's barely 1%, هونيك بتقول إنه خلاص, just move on, man. Stop wasting time and keep on, because there's a lot of people who actually rely and depend on you. So رح اخذ من هول من وقتهم حتى اقعد رد على stupid TikTokers, bro. Bravo. With a fake name and a fake DP.
Bravo. I think everyone who is afraid of being out there and being criticized on social media should hear that. You know, you've been to 1-2 years of only criticism. كفيت يعني.
Hey, لا أمرار, it was too much. But you decide if you wanted to grow on you or not. أنا الحمد لله I'm بنام كل يوم super مرتاح. I wake up very energetic because I know إنه اليوم هفي I'm gonna help someone. I'm gonna make my team proud. I'm gonna make my family proud. So that's why I'm very immune على all the comments, man. Very, very, very immune.
I had a question, which is, what does success look like for you today? I think I have my answer.
Please tell me.
That, you know, it's helping people.
True.
Right? So you have helped 3,500 people in
True.
one day. I'm sure everybody is remembering that event and it has impacted them. But I wish, you know, obviously في conversion rate واحد بيحط 3,000 بالفانل بيرجع بينزل 100.
Exactly.
Right? So yeah, it's يعني I just hope, you know, everybody should go in, right? You like the 3,000 that attended need to start tomorrow, right? They need to start selling something or help someone.
Of course.
Help someone selling something.
Like, I wish you can attend any of our internal meetings at Beycom with our board of directors someday, especially by the end of the quarters, where we never put money as our KPI. Okay. Every quarter we say, هالشهر we're going to help X amount of people. We're going to sponsor X amount of people. We're going to pay X amount of tuition fees, because eventually we need money to do that. So of course we're working to bring money. بس حفظت my entire team انه هول are the actual KPIs which we're working for. و actually هبعت لك انه اسبوع جاي a video because we record our meetings.
Okay.
حتى تشوف انه عن جد like everything I'm saying right now is what we live by at Beycom every single day.
Wow.
So أنا بالنسبة لي هيدا is what success is because eventually we're all gonna leave this world, man. So to leave and know انه عن جد your name is still there. Man, امرار بيجيني DMs of people بيقولوا لي انه I used to work مثلا at Starbucks for like $300 a month and now I'm making $10,000 a month. انسى $10,000 a month. اجاني a message هلا فيني اقول لك اياها as well where he told me it was عيد الام. قال لي I was able for the first time to get my mom everything she wanted. قال لي this is all because of you. قلت له it's not because of me. We played a role but it was all because of you and your mindset. So holy man, I live for those messages. I live for them.
Wow. And the fact that it's all happening here, you know, yani, if I had probably heard you three years ago, I think I would have saved like real number, like $200,000, you know.
Heidi, it's the main idea of our course. Our course does not promise money to anyone.
Yeah.
Actually, we never tell anyone إنه if you buy our course هتعمل مصاري. هتدفع لنا. We will teach you how to do e-com. Exactly مثل إذا بدك تتعلم how to play piano or basketball. He doesn't promise you إنك هتصير بال MBA. بس he promises you إنك you will have the basic skills. عنا it's a little bit غير where we will إنه هنعطيك ال skills plus we will put an advisor with you forever. So and the main idea behind of our course is that don't fall for the mistakes that I fell for. Exactly as you said, man.
Yeah. What's something people don't see of your life behind the scenes?
The anxiety. I'll be honest. The stress. I know how to control it, but my life is pretty stressful. There's a lot of people who depend on me. In can students, in can employees, in can partners, in can investors, in can my family, in can my friends. So my life is very stressful. But I actually enjoy it.
Okay.
But هيدا is a part where I don't reflect it on my team or I don't reflect it on my students. I try to إذا بدك grasp it all inside of me. So هيدا is a part where they don't see.
A lot of stress.
True. كتير.
ما هذا it's my turn to give you advice but
Please do.
without health we have nothing.
You're right.
So I don't know what's the specific action you need to take but
a break.
you know, yeah. No.
Like we start with the break.
Yeah, delegate or
True.
You know, probably some like mindset shifting in terms of like to not worry.
You're right. You're right.
Because I've every entrepreneur has stress definitely but you know if we have let's say $10-15 million at 40 we can't walk right? هلا some people score just the health and the body wise and then you know so في هيدي البالانس to get the ultimate
you're right
human being you know that I still haven't cracked to be
Same.
honest you know
Same. I'm still too far away.
Yeah, I think that's the next step for both of us.
إن شاء الله.
You know, ما بعرف جيب personal trainer. Yeah, I think we should do that. نعمل retreat. لازم
إجباري.
health retreat. Health e-commerce retreat.
Exactly.
Like we start مثلا 4 days بيوم الصبح يوغا.
صح.
بعدين body fit وهيك. تطلع.
It should be needed.
Rich and famous. Rich and fit, sorry. Close to the Quickfire Lebanese questions, which I think everybody is going to like. قبل إذا بدك تعطي نصيحة واحدة لكل entrepreneur لبناني شو بتقول له؟
Amazing. Do not lose hope in your country. And I'm not saying that out of emotions or out of love for my country. I'm speaking pure business. There are people who make $5,000 a month in Lebanon. There are people who make $100,000 a month in Lebanon and they're barely 25. I've seen people who make millions of dollars every single month in Lebanon and no, they did not inherit a business. They did not scam. They did not get their money ما بعرف من Europe or from Africa or ما بعرف شو. No, They actually worked and they were in the same position you are in. So don't let any stupid friend or whoever's around you to talk you out of this. Trust me about this. You just need to sacrifice 1,000 days. That's all what you need. That's all what I needed to take my family from debt into rich. So if I was able to do it, if he was able to make it happen, and if I can give you hundreds of examples of Lebanese people, Lebanon, who was able to make it happen, you can as well. So trust me, just purely sacrifice 1,000 days only, and don't wait for the best environment to start. Just start. I have pictures of the environment I was in when I started, and it's not a really good place you wanted to actually be in. So start. Trust me, you can make it happen. Trust me about that.
انت بالنسبة لك what's the Lebanese work culture?
Like the Lebanese work culture أول شيء بالنسبة لي is creative. It's very creative, man. Two, it's fun. Like you can have fun while working. ما هتشتغل على الحالتين. A matter of fact, enjoy it. Three is actually independency. I see a lot of Lebanese people, if they face a problem, they know how to solve it alone, all by themselves. Four, ambitious. يعني I've worked with non-Lebanese people and it's more like هلا أكيد I'm not generalizing,
Sure.
بس they're more of robots, man. I have a task, I finish it and done. But Lebanese people, man, you can always see like they think outside the box. They always want more. Even if they're just employees in their companies, قصدي. And hey, it's something, man, like the hustle, entrepreneurship as well is something we see a lot in Lebanese work cultures. And finally is adaptation. Yeah. Man, we were like we've passed through everything, through the biggest financial crisis, أكبر انفجار, no electricity. Man, أنا بال 2016 or 2017 I used to work من قهوة. Okay. And I used to go there every single day, bro, من 6 الصبح ل 12 بالليل because ما عندنا كتير كهرباء بالبيت. والانترنت was shit. So خلص we instantly adapt. صار عندنا مشكلة انه البانكس adapt. هتقبض على اللبناني هصرفهم على الدولار. We'll adapt. I believe any entrepreneur who makes it outside Lebanon can make it anywhere on earth.
Okay. If he makes it outside, he can make it anywhere, or makes it
if he makes it بلبنان or by the environment Lebanese, he can make it by any other environment.
100%. visa. Right. Now we're gonna do some quick fire questions. Which I think it's about the basic things in Lebanon that people want to know. Okay. أي مدرسة كنت?
I was in Beirut Baptist School.
Okay. Second is أي منطقة؟
إذا بتعرف سليم سليم؟
إيه.
هونيك. So زوادك مصايد بي. So it's between سليم سليم and Marlies. So yeah there.
أنت من وين؟
من بيروت.
من بيروت.
Yes.
اوكي. ما في ضياع؟
No ما عندي ضياع.
بتطلع شي ضياع؟
ولا شيء.
اوكي.
يعني أنا على الشمال unfortunately بس because ما عندي حدا هونيك. على الشمال طالع بكل حياتي أقل من 5 times وعلى الجنوب أقل من 5 times. So I spend most of my time وقت أكون بلبنان in بيروت.
اوكي. صاحب؟
I was. هلا لا.
اوكي. كيف بتكون صاحبتك إذا ideal person, would she be completing you with work or not?
Like في شغلة I learned it by heart is that if you're an entrepreneur and you're in a relationship, you need to understand that you need to have 3 lives.
Okay.
Our life is yours, وتاني life is hers,
nice.
وتالت life is the one in common. I see a lot of people do this mistake. It might be a mistake I once did. اللي هي the only life me and my girlfriend would have is our life.
Okay.
So I didn't have my life and she didn't have her life. No, I believe each has to have theirs. هلا معقول in my future relationships I might actually prefer someone who might not do the same exact thing that I do, so that at least we have new things to experience and tell each other about.
Yeah, I get you. Actually, that's all. Thank you so much for coming.
I really enjoyed it, man. I loved your questions a lot.
Thank you so much.
And I hope we can do another one soon. And we'll have you on as well.
Thank you so much. Please follow Beycom.
Yes.
Whiteberry Media.
At Wolf of Bay. And you'll find them كلهم من هوني.
Wolf of Bay. Please follow the Kelshi Podcast. And if you would like to record your studios, PodHub Beirut. Thank you so much. And I am Paulo Khayat. Thank you so much.